Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Jane Rushton from Jane Rushton Live here. Welcome, welcome. We've got a great day for coping with change. And just when I was starting up today, that things were just going a little bit haywire, and I had to work out how I was going to cope with the change. It wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. It wasn't the way I thought it would go. So as all of you here watching the recording or live, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Why would I use that? Some of you will remember, but it's one of those things that I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. As it stops my mind from complicating it, from building up the anxiety, for the frustration of it wasn't the computer, it's the energy coming from me. So before I got on here, I was actually got a call from my sister in America. And she is coping with massive change. So as most of you would know, that in America, I was there for 5 weeks early this year. And in those 5 weeks, my whole year started off different. I was there helping to care for Tony, who's a quadriplegic, unfortunately due to the vaccine, getting a blood clot to his spine at first, and now he's quadriplegic. And he lives in a vineyard, a beautiful vineyard in Napa Valley. So I was very fortunate to be in a beautiful place where they live and with this tragedy. And he is just coping, like he's just coping. His whole world has come to an end. The world, that life he knew has gone. And his mother is 101, 102 on the 15th. So in what's that, 4 days time. And she's just deteriorating slowly. But there's my sister there who is coping with the massive change of losing her husband, losing her life that she had with her husband. Now, yes, he's alive, but she's lost him who she knew. He was an able-bodied, energetic, fun-loving guy who could do so many things. And now he's a quadriplegic. He's in a chair. He needs 24-hour care. He gets hoisted in and out of bed. He's got movement of a hand now. He can eat now. He can't cut things up. He can't get access to everything in the kitchen. He's 24-hour care. That's the change in her life. And I was just speaking to her before I came on, and it sort of slowed down my preparation. And so when that did, my mind was so consumed into supporting her at this time that when I came to go on live, my mind was still in that caring and wasn't in the flow of getting the computer right and clicking on the right buttons. And that's what happens. We quite often blame the computer. We blame other things around us, and that's what we're effect of other things around us, but it's not them. It's actually us. It's where we are mentally in our mind. And as I was talking to my sister on the phone, it's about taking responsibility. She said, when this change happened, she said, it's been 10 months now I've been living with this change. I went into shock. I froze, and I've just been going for it. I'm running a nursing home now. I've got carers for both people now. She was only having one carer. No carers was coping with the two, looking after two people in the home, and having to get all disabled facilities for her house. And she said, I was there for 5 weeks, and she said, I did a lot of mind work with her and with Tony, and a lot of indirectly with her. She does this mind work as well. But when you're in it, you can't always see it. And she said, I've discovered, since you've gone, that I'm finally getting to the stage where I've realized that, as you said, you need to let go, because she wasn't living a life. And she said, I've just let go of realizing that I need to start caring for myself and not so much for them. I've got to really put trust into the carers to look after them, because she was depleted. She was like a zombie. She still is. But she wants to find out what this new life is going to be for her. So she's been doing it for Tony. She's doing it for his mother. And it's just massive, massive change, that kind of change. Yet we've got different changes in our own life. And for us independently, those changes are different, and it can be little or big, but it can affect us all massively. So she said about when change happens, she wanted me to share this, that it takes time to catch up. It takes time to mentally catch up to the change and choose how we're going to deal with it. For us to choose how we're going to deal with it. Initially, it's shock. So yeah, just be gentle to yourself when you're not coping with change. I had a client call this morning, 7 o'clock, having a panic attack, had to get out of the house, couldn't be in the house. And I had one yesterday afternoon as well. And these are repercussions of COVID at the moment. And they didn't even realize that they're the kind of people that were just coping. On the outside, it's good, I've got this, I've got it sorted. But that slowly crept up on them. This change of isolation, of no freedom. And little things happened, like they started vomiting for no reason at one stage. They started feeling really heavy. Their whole body was heavy. And it was like, they said they're pushing themselves out for a walk, but it's like pushing an elephant to actually move their legs. The heaviness had consumed them all. Do I get vaccinated? Do I not? The pressure of work, I have to or I don't. It's literally consuming so many people. But we don't know what always the key root causes that starts that change to create that ripple effect of why we're not coping. What is it? We go, oh, because it's this or because it's that. But we've got to let ourselves catch up a little bit and actually go, okay, each time you'll get a little bit closer of understanding, are you coping with it? Are you ready to get help to work out what's really going on? What is the root cause? What's underneath it all? Remember, the way we act, the way we feel about any form of change in our life is all based from our upbringing. This one person this morning who was having it, she just talked about her mum has anxiety. Her mum has anxiety flying. She was meant to be getting on a plane this afternoon. She goes, I'm panicking now. And she's flown all her life. Never had a worry. Never panicked about anything before. Might have worried about a few things, but no, I'll get over it. And she didn't. It's just snuck up on her slowly. By the end of the session today, she was crying. And I said, where's that coming from? She said, these are happy tears. I didn't realize that I was suffocating myself. She said, I'm happy I can now feel a sense of freedom. But the clouds had come over her before that. It was slow. She had a blackout on a plane and threw up. Didn't know where that came from. It was because the thoughts were stuck in her mind about the changes that was going on. She was on a plane. She was going back down to Sydney, and lockdown was going to happen shortly after that. So we don't know when that key thing starts. She was worried that she was going to have this anxiety forever. But she's lucky that her partner actually got me on the phone this morning and said, can you help her? She couldn't go to work. She couldn't move. This is a really confident person. This is someone who just takes responsibility for everything, but it snuck up on her. So change can affect us in many, many different ways. So let me go through these slides, what to expect today. It's going to be not much time today, so it's going to be a quick snippet. So calm the farm with breath work. Intentions for the webinar, what you put in is what you receive with anything that you do in life. Just remember that when you're listening to any of these free webinars on my app, what you put in is what you get back. If you follow the instructions and pick the snippets out that really resonate with you, you're going to get a lot of feedback. And if you do the tasking, so do the work that you get suggested to do on webinars and start to act it. Walk the walk, walk the talk. The life's an act and the world's our stage, and you are in control, but we don't always feel it. There's so much change going on consistently with us. We're personally just changing as we grow and as we nurture ourselves and learn more things about the power of the mind. Everyone listening to this right now knows that they have got control of their mind. They know that, but how? That's the key. And how can I unlock the door to everything that's not serving me right now? Understand your mind. The mind, change, cause and effect, your values, what's really important to you. You can see I'm looking at the other screen because that's the way it went for me today. Goals and hypnosis and a little bit of just NLP. This is all NLP. It's using your language. First, now we're going to do breathing though. So breathing using your breath. So right now, this is your free tool. Change whatever's going in your life. Calm the farm. So take a big breath in. Hold it. 100, 200, and breathe out. I just want you to connect with your breath. Breathe it, because you can do this at any time. Don't have to have your eyes closed. Yes, it takes you to deeper, and if you're able to, do it. Take a big breath in. Now fill up your belly first, then your lungs, and see if you can bring it right up to your shoulders. Okay, so just relax all the air out. Okay, breathing in from the belly, lungs, shoulders, chest. Hold it. 100, 200, and slowly relaxing the chest, ribs, and belly. Hold it. 100, 200, and breathing in again, belly, ribs, and chest. And 100, 200, and slowly relax the chest, ribs, and then belly. And just allow your breath to relax now. So that's something that just breath work on itself is amazing for calming, especially when change can be happening all of a sudden. You know, I'm meant to be doing this and I don't want to do that. Oh my gosh, am I going to have time? So from the little changes to the big changes, the breath work is still your tool. Also remember, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. The Ho'oponopono. Now you've got it in my book, you've got it on the app, you've got it on my website. Each time you do it, just remember that it's calming the farm. All the farmers, all these little monkey chatters in your head, either blowing things out of proportion or just sending little triggers to you. And you'll feel it in your chest, you'll feel it in your shoulders, and you get that tightness of breath. So I love you. I love yourself. Always your own name, Jane. I'm sorry for worrying about everything not being super prepared. Please forgive me because it poisons my body. And thank you for knowing that I actually can do this and get the right information to the right people to help people at any stage or age of their life. Okay, so that's the quick. And now you've got the overwhelm and anxiety posture. This is just awareness. So if you're walking around with that hunch, with that rolling down like this, just start watching other people. And remember, pull the sternum up from here. Tall, tighten up your buttocks and your abdominals, and trust yourself that your muscles will hold you tall. Now, this will give you confidence. You'll grow an inch, your muscles will tighten up, you'll lose an inch, and you will be able to feel that you can breathe freer. So even doing the breath work, if you're down like this, you're closing in all the air channels, right from the belly, right through to the ribs, through the sternum. Lift it up and see how much easier you can breathe. You know when people are doing the running race, and at the end, if you see them right down like this, and that's why they say don't sit down and flop down, because you can't get the air channel flowing through. Air energizes the body. So we want to actually be sitting tall. That's why in the yoga posture, you're sitting up nice and tall. So this posture here is the sitting, walking. It doesn't matter what you do, but you see that I'm sitting myself up tall. Sometimes if I go like this, I'll actually see my posture and straight away up tall, and get the breathing going, and knowing that's supporting my spine, it's supporting my back, I'm tightening my muscles. It's everything. I always think how many things can I do to get the result with the least amount of time. And this is just really, really good for your muscles. It's good for your musculoskeletal, which means it's supporting your muscles. It's good for your breathing. It's good for your long-term posture. And it's good for your confidence. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, fine if you do this every now and again, but just be aware that's your sign to know, okay, how am I feeling today? Throw on a webinar, a YouTube, a relaxation of Jane Rushton Live app, and just allow yourself, put the iPods in and allow yourself to calm the farm, calm the mind, because it's the mind that gets us into all the trouble. And that's affected by outside, what's happening outside and around us, and how we distort, delete, and generalize it in our mind. Okay, my intention for you is to actually find out what it is that you want to calm in your life right now. What areas in your life right now where you want change, where you want to be able to create change and then cope with the change. So is the areas of life that you want to change, that you want to know, how can I cope with it? I want to change this. So it's coming from the other angle. And is there change? What areas of life is there change that you're not coping with? So I'd like you to write those in the chat. What areas of life, or write them on a bit of paper, even for yourself. What areas of life do you want to change and want to work out how to cope with that? How is it going to affect you? Who's it going to affect around you? And what areas of your life has change occurred that you haven't got a full grip on it. You haven't quite caught up to it yet. So just write those down, those areas of change. So my intention for you is to help you solve a few of those questions. And this is just a snippet today, but of course you can message me with them and I'll help you along the way. So this is what happens in our mind as things get distorted, deleted, or generalized. So this is the NLP, and the internal representational system puts us in a state. So a change happens in our life, and let's use lockdown. It happens in our life, we can't go anything. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting controlled. It comes in and internally goes into our mind, and we all have different thoughts about it. We'll all have a sudden similar thought, and then we'll all interpret it and put ourselves in a different state. I just go, it's crazy. And then I go, well, I'm not scared of this thing. I'm just going to stay and look after myself and make sure my environment around me is going to be healthy for me. Straight away. I try my best, but I am human, to not get into the big story about the why, because it doesn't make sense, these changes in our life quite often. Why has this happened? Why has that happened? It's happened, so it's going to put us in a particular state. Happy, sad, angry, anxiety, overwhelm, fear. And once we're in that state, it's how we're going to cope with getting out of that state if it's not serving us. And the physiology, our behavior, how are we going to act? So each time change happens in your life, whether you're wanting to make the change or it's happening externally out of your control, start seeing how you're internally taking that in. What state of mind is it putting you in? And how is that affecting your behavior? So you've got the breathing to calm the farm. You've got your 5 key steps, which is the journaling. You've got your Ho'oponopono. You've got your accountability. So the Mind Tricks 5 key steps are there. But most importantly, you've got your mind to find that awareness and also give yourself time to sit in it. It's okay. Sit in it and allow yourself to catch up with that change and give yourself some time. People say, change, cope with it, get on with it. It's great for some people. It doesn't work for everyone. Allow yourself, but just decide how long you want to be in that state. You want to move the states that aren't serving you. States meaning the emotions that you're getting caught in. So IQ, EQ equals success. It equals a state that you're in as well. So IQ is everything's measured by IQ, but it's the emotional intelligence. As you see here, self-awareness, self-regulation. So the state you're in, how are you going to regulate that state? You've got techniques and you've just got to calm the farm somehow, but also go and remove the major negative emotions, limited beliefs, self-doubt. Empathy, social skills, understanding all that and where you're sitting within it, within the change. So the IQ is sort of like, yeah, okay, focus, I've got this, I'm going to control it. Yeah, I understand it, and these are the facts, da, 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 da. But it doesn't always, it's not always black and white like that. But get into the state, get into the feelings, get into the self-awareness, get into the physiology of your behavior. Start watching it. Start being aware of it. so that you can actually start to open the curtains. And success is different for everybody. Success can just be happiness. When you actually put those together, it's about finding joy, happy, and most importantly, fun in your life. If you're not having fun in your life, come and see me now, because life's about fun. And I've been there, I've worked really hard, and I go, I can do this and that, I can save the world. But have fun in your life. You've got to have fun. So for me, success is fun. When I have that life-work balance with fun, when I cope with the change and I do the best tips and tricks, get help, get coached, get guided, and just find the doors, open it up, and find that fun that's in there. So are you a cause in life or an effect? So what areas are you sad or disappointed about within the changes in your life? So when we go to thinking about change, cause and effect. So what is cause and effect? What is it for? I'm going to jump on to the next slide here. Oh yeah, and change. So write this down first. What area in your life are you sad or disappointed about changes that have happened to you? What areas of life are you sad or disappointed about? And what areas of life that you want to create change, but it sort of saddens you a bit if you make change in that area? It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be letting go of a friend that's I don't like letting go of friends. I keep everyone friends. I distance myself from people who are not on my path or are not don't bring me joy. I just distance myself, but I love to keep in touch with all my old friends because they're part of my history and they all had a purpose in my life. But at times it can sadden me to distance myself from someone, but I just need to for that time for myself, to get myself in that calm state. And when I get into the better state, then I connect back up with them. You know, every friend or every person in our life has made you who you are today. If it's your parents, they've done the best they know how under the circumstances. But it's about us, it's about me and my state of how I've let them affect me. It comes back to me. If I'm not feeling good at that moment because of whatever they said or done or who they are and their belief system, it comes back to me, to my state of mind of how I'm going to react to it. Once I level myself out again and get myself into my neutral state, I reconnect with them. So nobody makes me feel a certain way. Whatever they say, it's how I interpret it in my internal representation system, which is the NLP theory of understanding. It's scientifically proven that when something comes in, we will represent it, we will internally just maybe delete, distort, generalize it based on our old patterns and behaviors, and it will put us into a state. Happy, sad, angry, fearful, whatever that is. So what are those areas? Write those down. How do you feel about changes in my life? So I want you to write down a few things about how you feel about any kind of change in your life. Some people love it. I love change. I get very excited about change. Sometimes Nick has to keep up with me because I love change. I love creating more fun. I like to see how can I improve things in my business, keep creating change in my systems, in my thoughts, keep growing. I see my whole changes as a growth. I have an idea and then I go, but this could be even better. Could this help people more? Could this help me more? Will this make my life easier? I very much am into creating change to make myself easier, more fun, and more balanced. So how I feel about changes in my life, I love it. It doesn't suit everybody because it puts you in an internal state, which is a feeling, and it will be a feeling based on how you've been brought up, how your parents have coped with change. It's all affective. You're affected by all of the past, no matter what. But the thing is that it's up to you. It's up to you now to change that state by getting guidance. Okay, what areas of your life has change affected you? So look at all these areas of life and write down what area of life has changed, affected you. Maybe if you write all these down, number them in 1, 2, there's 10 there. Number them. What was the first area of life that the change has affected you the most? Okay, put number 1 down to 10. So you got fitness, relationships, family, education, which I always think of as studies, and personal development, career, business, money, spiritually. What area of life has change affected you in a good or bad way? Just write it down. Just write them down between 1 and 10. Okay, so if you've got this, you all have the recording, so you can pause this to write this down, because this is very, very important for you to create awareness. And then next to that, write down how has it affected you? Was it good? Was it not so good? What are the emotions? Remember, if you're working with me, everyone knows it's all about the emotions. The emotions are your state of mind. What state of mind does it put you in? Did it put you in? Or are you in right now because of the changes in these areas? So fitness, for example, for myself, my fitness has affected me. So when I am really fit, I feel on top of my game. I have more endorphins going in my body. I have more energy. I have a lot more fun and vibrance. So I know that in change in that area, when I'm that is when I'm at my best. If the change in fitness changes, so at the moment I'm at my best because I'm very fit, which is most of the time. But if I get very, very unwell with my accidents and the change in my fitness has changed, I got heavy and sluggish, and I had to really stop procrastinating and start again. So when I had my knee replacement, I had to start from scratch again. My whole fitness, it felt like all over again. It wasn't completely, but that's what it felt like, because I was not being able to run for or do a lot of exercise for a couple of months. So I had to get over procrastination. So procrastination is a great one. I love helping people get over procrastination because their life becomes very successful. And that's procrastination when there's a conflict. I want to do it, but I don't. Relationships, what area of that? Have you just broken up? Are you breaking up? Are you got a new partner? Have you got the person of your dreams? Are you wanting to change the relationship in the sense that you want to communicate more? Has it changed that they've got a new career or you've got a new career? So it means you can't see them as much. Are they changing to fly in, fly out? Is that person all of a sudden with you and your relationship decided to get super fit and start running, or join a group and your partner doesn't want to do it? How are you coping with change in that area of your life? So there's lots of different areas of change. Family, has somebody moved into town? Are you connecting with them? Do you want to change and go and see your family, go and live with your family more? If you want these changes or they've happened to you, how have they affected your life? How will they affect your life? This is a fantastic exercise. So if you've written it down, go back, spirituality, money. Oh, money grows on trees. Personal development. What area of life has change affected you? When you've done personal development, how does it affect you? How does it change? When you don't do it and you have a time where I don't care about that stuff anymore. Or when you're getting coaching, you see the big change and then you just stop coaching and go, oh, no, I think I know it now. I've already cleared all that stuff. And you still have the rocky rides. You still have the roller coaster. So you've changed your mind. You don't want to do it. And then you're trying to change your mind, go, I want to go back and to have more personal growth. I want to grow. I want to remove the past negative emotions. But you finally got that monkey chat. I go, oh, I don't want to spend money investing myself. All those old stories, scarcity with time. Oh, I don't have time. We have them all. They're all there. It's all based on society. It's all around us. That's how they still talk. Don't have enough time. Don't have enough money. You'll never have the best relationship. They're hard to find. Your kids are always like this. They're always demanding. They always want more. You always want more. You know, a needy society. We don't know how much is enough. We get that all over the time. Money is greed. You know, there's all these things. So what is the areas that you want to change in personal development so that you can get to where you want to go and have that more balanced life? Is there studies that you want to do? Career, personal development will lead you to your top career. Do you want to change in your career? When you do, how will it affect you? What is it that you want to do? What changes do you want to make in your career? Business. Do you have a business? Would you like a business? What does business mean to you? If you were to change and set up your own business, how would that look? How would it make you feel? How would it affect you? Money. Changes in money. It affects us a lot. So I just did this wonderful program in the weekend, and it was all about people's mentality with scarcity with money. So my Money Grows on Trees, it reminded me to get my Money Grows on Trees online course up and running. So watch out, guys. It is going to be there and very, very exciting. And I'm going to take you, we did one Money Grows on Trees. It's going to be a slightly deeper dive so that you can create abundance. But this abundance isn't just going to be about money. So come and see what you're going to get out of that wonderful online training. Okay, and spirituality. When you acknowledge spirituality, or if you want to, how would it or how could it possibly create change in your life? How will it affect you? If you know spirituality, why are you scared of spirituality? What is it in your life that scares you of it? Or what stops you from going to that next level of actually understanding that that's another way to calm the farm? So it's just an area of, if somebody talks to you about something spiritual, how does it affect you? What state does it put you in? If it's anything like me when I was young, it was like, that's woohoo stuff. I don't want to know anything about it. Honestly, the sister I was just speaking to, Rosemary, who lives in Napa, who's had this big change, if she didn't have the spirituality and this balance and this mindset, personal development, and done all the work that she's done over the years, she's 62 now, and she was my coach for many, many years. And she would be absolute, yeah, I don't know where she'd be right now. It's the toughest thing in your life to lose your husband as a quadriplegic. Lose the life you knew, and they're still there, and then you've still got to turn around and care for them. Day in, day out, 24-hour care. It's huge. And she was saying, so I was telling her about when I tell people about her, that when they were younger, I said to her, that's right, my eldest son thinks I'm a woohoo, manifesting things, whatever, Mum. And I said, it's a bit like what I thought you were like when I was in my 20s, going, gosh, she used to come home and talk this woohooey stuff. And then she even started being a vegetarian, which was just wacko. No one was a vegetarian back then. And then she bought carrot cake up. Who would ever put a vegetable in a cake? I mean, how daft. Lo and behold, look at all these years later. Spirituality is huge around the world. It moves mountains. And look at all the cakes. Carrot cake's my favorite cake, lo and behold. And I eat mainly vegetarian. So there you go. So just be open, guys. Never say never. Okay. Empowerment, cause and effect. This is going to teach you a little bit more about cause and effect. Results versus reasons. Okay, who knows what cause and effects really mean? Equals empowerment. Okay, I'm just going to keep going here because it's going to show you what happens. Because what side are you on? Oh, it didn't do it for me today. Okay, oh yeah. So cause and effect. When you're at cause, I'll explain it. When you're at cause, you're taking full responsibility. So when change happens in your life, you're taking responsibility for your state of mind. That's the key. When you're at effect, you're blaming society and everyone around you. So if you want to use an example of COVID right now and the government's locking everything down and it's their fault. Yeah, they did it, but are they in charge of the effect that they're causing on me? Or is the effect based on my state of mind of how I receive it and how I act from the day I hear that onwards? Now, we're all human and we can get angry and frustrated and feel fear and all that until we actually realize that we start to catch up with going, wait a minute, that's taking hold of me and that's taking control of me. So then I flip around and I go, there we go. I take the effect to the cause And you see it's all faded out and I'll get a result. And when I get a result, that's empowerment. Let's see if I can take that back for you. Okay, so watch again. So cause is at results. Effect is at reasons. They're versing each other. It's very, very difficult. You can't get anywhere when you're at effect and blaming everything around you for the state of mind and the thoughts that you're having. They will block you from moving forward where you want to go. So the effect, when you decide that you're caught up to the change, you'll be at cause and you'll get the results. Pointing at the other screen, obviously. It took me a long time to take responsibility and understand that concept. It's an NLP concept, but it's not new. It's in every personal development around the world. The way we explain it in NLP practitioner is a lot of depth, and by the end of it, you'll be going, wow. It is life-changing, being a cause for everything. I'll tell you what, it took me a little while, and I still have to be aware of it. Okay, so that'll equal empowerment. So start taking cause of any change in your life, what you want or has happened around you, how you're going to cope with it. It's your state. Be at cause. So what side are you on? So when you look at all those things you wrote of the changes that, how they affect you, what side are you on? Are you on the cause or effect side? Okay, so I want you just to have a look at those now under health and spirituality and personal development and fitness. What side are you on with the change? Are you saying you can't do fitness, or you can't get better health, or you can't do spirituality because of? Are you at effect, are you blaming something else, some other, with a relationship, it's his fault, their fault, with your parents, with whatever's going on in your life? Are you just blaming everyone for making you feel a certain way? Or are you actually going to catch up to that and go, wow, how can I be at cause because of what my parents did and said? They were mean, they were nasty. You can't be at cause of what they said, but you can be cause of the state of mind that you're in with what they said. If they knew they were hurting you, they wouldn't be doing it on purpose. Okay, let's be clear here. Some people do things because they hurt you. They want to hurt you. But it's your state of mind whether you allow them to hurt you. Now that's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. I have been there and I still get hurt and I still have feelings. I am human. But when I catch up realizing that I can be at cause, I can actually work with myself. Coaches have coaches have coaches. I use all the 5 key steps. I use my app every single day to clear my mind, to help me with hypnosis, to become more productive, to be clearer, to let go of what I don't need to hold on to anymore. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I do parts integration with me. I do swish patterning with me. I do all the NLP techniques that I have to actually be at cause for what happens around me, what people say, what they do, or what's not happening. Sometimes it's what's not happening that we don't cope with the change. I used to have all these friends ringing me all the time, and now they don't ring me anymore. And I can go into a state of my mind going, does no one like me? What have I done wrong? That's all me. Sometimes when friends are distancing themselves from you, it's what's happening with us. They don't know how to cope with it, or it's an energy we're actually putting out. So be at cause and look at what's going on in you at that time. What's happening in your life? What changes are going on? And be at cause. As soon as you catch up and realize it, catching up is realizing it, oh, right, these changes have really affected me. Okay, let's give Jane a call. Let's send an email. This is, I'm caught up now, and now I know this has really got me. So what the ways of coping with change is, write them down, write what I'm saying, and remember, manifest what you want. What do you want? What do you really, really want? Get specific, get clear, get realistic. Pretend it's happened. Pretend you cope with that change and it's really good, and now you're really happy because it's what you really, really wanted, but you used to be scared of it. Pretend that it happened quite easily, effortlessly. You got the change, you got the promotion, you got the new job. And then you felt it, pretend it, happy dance, celebration, then let it go. And I think that's the nice part, is just let it go. Let it go. And ask questions to the universe if you're at that stage. It's free. Who knows what would happen? I've had some really good results. Okay, so again, you've got Ho'oponopono, you've got the Mind Tricks 30-Day Transformational Journal, you've got the app, you've got lots and lots of tools there. And you've also got you can message or email me. So write down what's important to me, meaning you, about my life. What's important to me about my life. So I just want you to write down 5 things right now. What is important to you about your life? So I'll give you a moment to write that down. I've got a couple of cards that jumped out of my little card pack. You can't see on the shared screen anyway. I recognize that I've chosen fear, and I chose again, and I choose again. I choose love. Okay, so that's it being a cause. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I chose again. I chose love. Okay, they chose to change their state. Here's another lovely one. I choose to learn through love. This is the one where you put your hand on your heart and a hand on your abdominals. And you can have eyes open or closed. I always like to close my eyes with this one. And I go back to a specific time in my life where I felt loved. A specific time, even if it was for a moment. Something might have happened after it that I felt loved. Was it even from a cat, from an animal that you've had once? But go back to that specific time. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and really feel the feeling of love. And just connect to it. So these are 2 chakra areas in your heart space and in your solar plexus. And really feel it. And actually, if you can do that every day for 5 minutes, just feeling loved. Just feel the feeling of feeling loved. That is a neurological connection in your mind to a beautiful calmness and a beautiful feeling that relaxes your nervous system. And it gives it subconscious, goes to your subconscious, that understanding that, yeah, it has been there and I can bring it back, rather than forgetting about it with the busyness of life. No matter what's happened in our life, there has been some love at some stage. So that's a good one. So again, you can pause this. What's important to me about my life right now? Hypnotherapy practitioner, 4 days. Oh, I just wanted to put that in there. So I'm going to go back here. What's important to me about my life? Now, right, you've got them written down there. Keep that handy because we're going to do wee hypnosis on here for you. Okay, that's coming up, the practitioner. Just so you're clear, because not a lot of you know about hypnosis. What is hypnosis? It is not sleep, a state of unconsciousness. It's not being gullible, being weak-minded, being controlled by someone else, and it is not a loss of self-control. Okay. Hypnosis is an awake state, a state of relaxation, imagination, exercising your mind, rapport with your unconscious mind, and the ultimate display of control. Hypnosis is self-hypnosis. If you follow instructions, you're going to get phenomenal results. It's relaxation, going into a deep trance. That's right. Hypnosis is incredible for results. So that's what it is. So being responsible for change. So this is being a cause. Jazzy noises. So I want you right now to close your eyes. Just gently close your eyes. Relax the muscles around your eyes so that they are so relaxed that they don't want to open, and that you can't open them anymore. Holding on to that relaxation. Relax them just a little bit more. Test them now. Make sure you can't open them because they're so relaxed. You just can't. You don't want to. Now stop testing and allow them to completely relax. Now I want you to think what it is in your life that you want, that you just wrote down before. What was it in your life? And as you think about that, I want you just to believe it happened. And just think about how it feels, about what you want, one of those specific things in your life, if not two or more. Allow yourself to relax and just trust the process. That's right. And just believe they've happened easily and effortlessly. And I want you to be at cause to make sure that you will make them happen. Allow them to happen. Allow the energy to be flowing so they happen easily and effortlessly. I want you to put yourself into a state of how you're going to feel when it has happened. That's right. Because it is happening right now. These changes you want in your life, the things you want, can happen easily and effortlessly. And by taking cause and responsibility, you're going to allow them to happen. That's right. So I want you to lock that into place in your mind. And I want you, by the time I count to 3, to slowly open your eyes when I get to the number 3. And when I get to the number 3, I want you to feel like your eyes have been bathed in the beautiful mountain stream. 1, become more aware of the decisions you've just chosen to make. And more aware at number 2, more aware of the surroundings, and more aware of how excited you feel with the state that you chose to be in when these have happened. And 3, opening your eyes, feeling like they've been bathed in a cool mountain stream, fully aware of the decisions you've made and the feelings that you have with those decisions. So that was a very, very short hypnotic trance state that I popped you in there if you chose to go in it. If not, reverse the tape if you're recording it, listening to a recording, and do it again and again, because it works as long as you follow instructions. That's right. That's all you have to do. It's as simple as that. Okay. And right, 1 week in the future. What's out there in a week? Where do I start? Okay, so in a week, what's out there for you? So this is the start. Write down what is in a week in the future, what's out there for you that you want to either create that change or to take action to start creating that change. So write that down, 1 week in the future. And while you're writing that down, I'm just going to read these quotes. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. I have a policy. I never listen to anyone explain why they can't do something. This is from Michael Caine. He added that it was because he didn't want to be convinced by them. So when you say I can't, ask yourself, but what can I do? You can't do that. What can I do? Well, I can't do it because I haven't got this or that. How can you get it? What can you do? What are the baby steps to get there? You have to start somewhere. State of mind. Being at cause, being at responsibility. Move from effect to cause to make the change you want. Okay, 1 week in the future, what's out there for you? Where do I start? So what's out there now for a week in the future? So what's out there for a week in the future? What is it that you want to change, that you want to make happen in your life right now? Then we're going to go to 3 months. So you're going to do a week and then 3 months of you. What's out there for you? What area of your life do you want to improve on? What state of mind are you in right now where you want to increase your knowledge, get more clarity, get more fun in your life, get more happiness in your life? Let go of what's holding you back, limited beliefs, self-doubt, procrastination, conflict with your mind about people or things. Where do you want to be in 3 months, 1 week in 3 months? This is your choice. Hope is a conduct from miracles. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness and to state. What do you have to do to get conscious of the state that you're in? I always trust the direction of the universe and know I will be guided. Trust. Can you trust yourself? Can you trust others? Where do you need to improve trust in your life? The universe has my back. Okay, so 3 months, 1 week, 3 months. Okay, so that is it for today. Well, congratulations for being here, listening to recordings. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Your next step in life can be holistic hypnotherapy for 4 days certification. I'm having it Labour week. Actually, the dates have changed, so I'm going to let you know. It's the weekend after Labour weekend. And the full price is $1,500. The early bird is $1,200. And I have a special today, which is only $995. Hypnotherapy is an eye-opener to the power of your mind and to ease and change its thoughts if you want to. Okay, guys, thank you very much. It's been wonderful being able to help you here today. And I look forward to seeing you at whatever you choose in your journey next. As a free webinar every month. And for the ones of you at VIP, you'll be having that every month as well. So we've got a mastermind VIP too, which is going to take you to the next level. Goodbye, everyone. For now, Jane from Jane Rushton Live Academy. Have a great day.